Hey, welcome to the channel, or back to the channel, whichever may be the case for you. My name is Matt. I'm clearly an old man, as you can now see on the screen. Hello. And it's time for another edition of ranking aespa, BLACKPINK, ITZY, and IVE. Separate lists, but all in the same video. Today we're going to be starting off with ITZY. All four of these groups are just so good. I'm trying to rotate who goes first. But it sometimes depends on the MVs too. But today we're starting off with ITZY, so let's take a look at their current rankings. Imaginary Friend is still my current #1. We do have 26 songs ranked, and today we are doing Surf. Next time, Be in Love. I want to remind you that I do have all kinds of extra content for all of these groups on my Patreon. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. Let's get to Surf. I do always place links both for the lyric video that you see here and for the audio that each group provides on their YouTube channel. So be sure to give everybody their proper love. Also remember that I do talk over the tops of songs. I do pause songs. I do sometimes even play into this thing, which allows me to figure out the chords. Sometimes that helps me how to figure out how I'm going to rank the song. If any of that's not for you, totally get it. But if you're going to leave, then thanks for checking out the video up to this point. All right, let's get into Surf. Okay. I wasn't expecting that sound. So 2, 5, 1, 6. Oh. Okay, let's pause there because it's definitely going to go into some kind of pre-chorus. If there wasn't a change already. What key are we in? Okay, so we are in the key of A. This is a very unexpected sound for me. I will say that I have heard the Motto album. Obviously, you saw me review that here on YouTube. This feels much more like that kind of school, but it's not a sound you typically expect from ITZY. Usually it's all kinds of stank-facey beats and raps. This is all melodic, which is kind of a nice switch. We're doing 2, 2 of 5, except I think the 5 is mostly sus, which is hard for me to voice on this keyboard. But and then it goes, so it's B minor to E7 sus, let's say. To an A, to... Sometimes it's hard for me to tell whether the 6th chord is a major or a minor. Sometimes I think they're even susses. It would be an F sharp like sus. And then if it's a sus, then it resolves to the major third. So it'd be just an F sharp. Or if it's an... It could sometimes be minor, F sharp minor. That's the way, but there was, when Yuna was singing, it actually went from 2, the B, to the E, to straight up to the F sharp first, and then back to the A. I like that little switch up. That was really cool. I'll have put the chords over my head, of course, as usual. Let's get into this pre-chorus and see if anything really changes. Oh. Okay, before we analyze this chorus, So it was a B minor, but this chord, when the melody does this, I don't know if that's supposed to be an E7 over G sharp, or if that's supposed to be a G sharp minor 7 flat 5. It felt more like a G sharp minor 7 flat 5. It felt like the F sharp was an important part of that chord. And then it went to a G, which was a really nice switch. And then to the E sus, which was nice. Let me go back just a little bit for the chorus here. So that's a B, and an E, A, oh, just a F sharp, okay. So this is a lot like the verse was. Oh, now that line makes sense. I think those are F sharp minors, not sus's to regular. Well, that one felt like a sus. I love that extra hold on the 2. This one will go to F sharp. Yep. Then oh, that just stayed on F sharp. Okay. I like that pre-chorus. It's short, but it's sweet. Oh. Rigid. Oh, an A over C sharp to a D minor. That was nice. So you had your typical 2-5, your typical B minor. But there were some points where, like, the A was over C sharp, went to the third, the bass went to the third of the chord, and then it went up to a D minor, which was a really nice harmonic texture change. I really like that. Yeah. And now we're back to the B minor to E, I guess. Nice. That's very cool. I really like that song. Not something you expect from ITZY, or not something I expect from ITZY, no more than I've been exposed to their stuff. I've really liked their stuff. And I know that they have the potential to do this kind of stuff. I mean, you think about a couple of their tunes that I have very highly ranked, and they're very similar to this. I don't know if this was I guess this would have been a predecessor to anything like Imaginary Friend or Bet on Me. Maybe Bet on Me was before this one. I'm not sure. Help me out in the comments if you know. Because I rank Bet on Me as part of my group when I was pitting all these groups against each other, so I wasn't really paying attention to chronology then. Region had a really nice part in the bridge. That was really nice. And Region had a rap. So it has all the things that I look for in an ITZY song, plus things that I didn't expect. That's something I really like. So, let's rank it. Okay, this is likely going to go on a little bit of a journey, but I really like this song. So I am going to start at the top. I do like Imaginary Friend better. I do like Bet On Me better. I like Don't Give a What better. I like Kidding Me better. I like Mid-C better. I like Not Shy better. I like Cheshire better. I like Nobody Like You better. Okay, I'm in the range. Wow. All right, I'm going to go actually my new number 9. That's where Surf is going for me. I like that kind of sound. And I was very surprised that ITZY did something in that kind of vein. So it's kind of a collision of two great worlds. I love ITZY and I love that sound. And yeah, let's put them together. And it makes it into the top 10. Next, we're going to do aespa. Let's see what aespa's rankings look like currently. Ooh, got to scroll up. All right, Drama is still my number 1 as I show you these rankings here. Armageddon number 2, and then I'll just scroll down through the list so that you can see. Try to go fairly slowly, but feel free to pause the video if you want, just as long as you unpause it and keep watching after you pause it. Salty and Sweet is what we're doing this time around. Again, you will find some of these songs on my Patreon only. Some of these songs have only been ranked there and not on YouTube. Those are always free posts, so be sure to check them out. Salty and Sweet is next. Okay, let's check out Salty and Sweet. Woo. That classic SM reverb.
Salty, sweet, 넘칠 만큼 pour vision on 짙어지도록 특별한 맛을 더 mix it up 비밀 재료를 펴 run 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 kitty kitty run run 이미는 빠져들어 좀
Karina.
향기는 퍼져가다
Okay, before we get to that, I got the chills in the back of my neck, so it must be B flat minor. Yeah. Basically, it's just a B flat minor chord, but the bass line's kind of cool. It's like a B flat, and then to the E flat F, and then to the D flat E flat, and then to the C D flat. That's a fun bass line. Winter, or whoever was right before this, started doing some really cool. So I want to see where that goes. If I'm right, it's just going to be a B flat minor to an F over A, to an A flat maybe, to an E flat 7 over G, or a G minor 7 flat 5, one of the two. Nope, back a little further. There, that just kind of implied the voice. Yeah, to a G flat. What? What is that? It's a weird sound.
나는 diamond simple 섬이랍게 번쩍이는 tree 너의 맘은 still better quick 서로의 지도로 완전히 내 recipe
Ooh, nice. Girl, Ning Ning. Okay, so that bridge was G flat to an F to a B flat minor, essentially. Although it did feel like the second half of that they added the 6 to it. That's cool. Now we're just doing a beat. Oh, that bass line is still there, but now they're pitching it in all different weird ways. That's cool. Come on, winner. Whoa, Ning Ning. Okay, I'm going to say this is a song that I would not normally seek out. It doesn't move a whole lot harmonically. It depends on a very sporadic bass line. The lyrics are okay. I'm not a big fan of lyrics like ha 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 ha. But the thing that makes me really dig this tune is the way Winter and Ning Ning are just going off in the back. Those two as a tandem. And I guess a lot of K-pop groups have those kind of tandems. Red Velvet comes to mind with Wendy and Sugi, and even Joy getting in there sometimes, which is great. The way they just trade lines back and forth all the time. And, you know, most of that stuff is prepared. It's stuff that was already in the demo or stuff that they came up with in the demo. So I really hate calling them ad-libs. But that's what the industry calls them, so we'll call them ad-libs. But they're not improvised at all, usually. I won't say always, but usually they're not improvised. And when those two do those kinds of things, they make any song, even a song that I typically wouldn't like, they make me like those songs. Because they're just so good at it. Just the right vocal tone, just the right kind of cut in it. Part of that's the mixing too, but man, it takes a song that would not excite me at all and makes me excited for it. That said, let's rank this thing. Okay, I was scrolling back up through my list here, and I noticed Time After Time, which is the one with Ning Ning and Boa and Wendy And I know I like that song better, so let's start there. We're going to be working our way down from here. I like My World better. I like Karina's spot in The Cure, the SM compilation thing, better. I like Spicy better. I'm looking right here in this range. This is where I'm at with Lucid Dream, Snow Dream, Nobody, that kind of stuff. Actually, I think I like Nobody better. And I like Chew better. I'm continuing to go down. This is unfortunate. Do I like this better than Black Mamba? No, I like Black Mamba better, but that's as low as I'm going to go with this. Again, I don't know if it would even be this high if it hadn't been for the fact that Ning Ning and Winter singing in the background at the end of that just really, really saved it for me. And you know, the lyrics are fine. The sentiment is fine. Everything about it is just kind of fine. But Winter and Ning Ning elevate it, as they do all songs, I suppose. But they really elevated it quite a bit for me. Otherwise, it would be even lower. So, that being said, it's time. We'll be doing what? Taste? What's it called? Thirsty. Sorry. Thirsty next time around. Let's take a look at the IVE rankings as they currently stand. Mine is my current number one. It unseated Batty. Batty was my number one for a long time. I'll scroll down slowly. How many tunes have we got with them? 35 songs. This time around, we're doing Holy Moly. Okay. Let's check it out. I guess it's called Holy Moly. It's not called Holly Molly, is it? I guess I'll find out when they pronounce Holy Moly, if they say it in the song. Sometimes the title of the song doesn't necessarily mean that those words are going to be sung. Let's see. Hi, girls. Issa's playing video games. This is not a good sign. Oh, harmonica.
내가 조금 특별하다 믿었어 가끔 사람 마음을 조종하는 묘한 힘이 있다고
Sounds like there's a sax sample in there.
그는 평범했던 어느 날 널 본 순간 so slow 점점 빨라지는 심장 소리 동공은 확 커졌어
Is it speeding up? No. Or maybe Okay. So it feels like it's mostly E. And occasionally a D was thrown in there into the verse. And then the pre-chorus went between C's and A minors. And then we're is this going to be pentatonic or is it going to be some kind of Phrygian thing? Oh, a B to an A. This feels faster than the beginning of the song did. I don't know why. I like the modal interchange. We've gone to an A to a G there. Yeah, I've talked about it so many times that I won't spend too much time on it, but I love things that use modal interchange, meaning that the mode of the key that you're in changes. Meaning that, and this is the most blatant kind of example, is between like E major to E minor. Those kinds of things are really cool. Okay, so it does go between C and A minor. I wasn't sure about that pre-chorus there for a second, but it's I was right the first time. And that's almost an implied D chord leading into the chorus. Now that's major. That feels minor. C to D, E minor, B minor to C, to D, F. I love when things like do that. You think you're going to go back to where you were. For instance, here we had C, D, E. Right? But the second time, D, and then an F chord, which has nothing to do with anything we've had before. But it's kind of what it's doing is getting you back to the E chord from a different approach, from the half-step approach, which is called tritone substitution. It also lends itself to yet another mode, like the Phrygian dominant kind of mode, which is fun. There's the F. Right on, Eugen. I do like the beat. That sound is great. If I didn't say that before, it's really fun. And now the things on top. Fun. That's fun. Not a whole lot harmonically happens. But the modal interchanges make it interesting. You would have to keep track of those kinds of things if you were playing it live, so that you didn't step on the vocals. The best way to do that sometimes is to not play thirds at all when you're a keyboard player. Guitar players can get away with that kind of stuff a lot more so than keyboard players go, because guitar players can bend notes. You can with the pitch bend wheel on a keyboard, but once you set a chord in place, more than one note, if you hit that pitch bend wheel, then you're bending all of the notes, not just the one note. Like a guitar player can literally has 6 strings, and it can bend any one of those strings if he wanted to. So they get a little more flexible. I'm always so jealous of guitar players. They have the ultimate expression instrument. I love guitar. This is fun. It's not going to be my favorite IVE song, I can tell you that. But let's rank it and find out where it does rank. I am going to start at the bottom and work my way up, but it may go on quite a bit of a journey up. So I take that back. I see nobody with Soyeon, Winter, and Liz, and I already know I like it better than that. I like it better than Wave. I like it better than Lips. I like it better than Ice Queen. I like it better than Queen of Hearts. I'm going under Love Dive. You might notice all those stars, or those asterisks by Love Dive and Afterlike. Once we get to a certain number of tunes, let's say 50 tunes, I'll do what we call a re-ranking, and that will be on my Patreon. It will be a free post because it's part of the ranking thing. Those might move up. I'm pretty sure those are going to move up. because both of those songs have grown on me quite a bit since the first time I heard them. And the first time I heard them, I think both of these, I was ranking against these groups all head to head. And so they might have ended up a little lower. Although I have ranked plenty of things above it since then. So we'll just have to see if it slipped down as a matter of that, or if it slipped down as a matter of the initial ranking that they got. We'll find out. What do we have next? We have BLACKPINK. Oh, what are we going to do next time? OTT is next for IVE, the next time we see them next week. And now we'll get into BLACKPINK. And I will show you my BLACKPINK rankings. Go is still my number one. I got a lot of trouble for talking about the video for that one, but it's still my number one song. Because the song's just a banger. You may notice that some things here that I have ranked outside of YouTube. Those posts you can find on my Patreon. They will be free posts for you. This time around, You Never Know. And next time, Hard to Love. All right, well, let's check out You Never Know. Okay, here we go with You Never Know. What you got for us today, BLACKPINK?
It's bringing me down, down, down. 모두 너무 쉽게 내뱉던 말 아마 들리겠지 못지않아. I've heard enough of the things that I'm not.
Okay, before we go any further, there's something they did that's really nice. Typically, what key are we in? Okay, yeah, we are in the key of F, and typically when you have a walk down sequence like that, like F to E to D, typically what you get is something that is within the regular kind of key, and by that I mean everything would stay according to that F scale. So like normally you would have an F you could do an A minor over E, or you could do just a C over E. The changes are very subtle. But what they did instead was they did an A7 over E, which means that all of the C's become C sharps, which really does what we call tonicizes the sixth chord very well. Because it's an A7 which resolves to a D. And A7s typically resolve to some kind of D. In this case, a D minor. The other thing that was really cool about that was the melody did that while you were still in the D minor, but then it also did it again when you were just in the B flat. And I really expected that B flat to change to a B flat minor. Because that's kind of the formula, but I really respect the fact that they didn't do that they stayed with the B flat. And then we were about to get into a pre-chorus already, 30 seconds in, okay. B flat to C, F. Oh, that time they did stay hard. Nice. Okay, that's a really nice, that's a longer than expected kind of pre-chorus. Or I'm not exactly sure how Teddy and they categorize their different sections of songs. But the first and the third time, they did the regular walk down that I was talking about before. A B flat to a C, and then when the bass went to the E after the F, I think it was a C over E. It might have been an A minor over E, No, I think it was a C over E to a D minor. And then the second time was the cool thing. They did a B flat to a C, and then they went to the F. No walk down this time, except it walked down to the flat 7. So that'd be an E flat, so like an F over E flat, or an F7 over E flat, which is great because that gets you back to the B flat chord as well, to the C. The regular walk down that time. The last time, they went just straight to the D minor and stayed there. Those are the kinds of like subtle differences that when you're a keyboard player and you're playing a song that keep you invested in a tune. So I really, really like and respect that. Now, what's this chorus going to sound like? Because it sounded like they were getting in. They were going to come in big. D minor.
But you never know unless you walk in my shoes. You never know I'm kept out in the gun.
That's the A7 over E. D minor. B flat. Nice. Okay, that's cool. So this time, that first part of the chorus is just like the first verse. The F to the A7 over E to the D minor. This time, like I was talking about how they, I was expecting it to kind of go to the minor. They first play the major, and I thought, oh, is it going to stay there this time? No, it did not. It went to the minor in the second half of that measure. Then it went back to the D minor, and then this lovely chord. It's something about that creates this real bittersweetness, at least harmonically speaking. Anytime you do a minor key like D minor to this, let's call it a C sharp augmented, even though technically I think you would call it a D minor with a major 7 over that major 7 over C sharp, or an A7 over C sharp. You could call it that too, but it really feels like the F is staying in the chord. And then it goes, I guess, back to the B flat. I know that there was one time in there where it went from the B flat to the B flat minor over D flat, which was a nice unexpected switch too. Not so much that the chord changed to minor, but that the bass note went up. That creates all kinds of wonderful harmonic shapes, beds, for a melody that's relatively simple like this, to feel like it has a lot of texture to it.
Sunday night, I've been swallowed by my bed. I've been all over my head, wondering if I gotta try and pretend.
We're back to the verse.
내 그림자도 길어지는데 너무 눈이 부셔 올 때 난 뒤를 볼 수 있을까 온 세상이 바뀌어가도 아직 나는 그대로인걸 내가 걸어가
I love how the keyboard feels like it's fading in and every time. I love that. The F over E flat, so good. Minor, B flat, B flat minor, yeah. D minor. This is so good. I love that. to the B flat. To the, yeah, B flat minor over D flat.
가라앉으면 돼 나도 잘 알아 땅만 보는 채로 날 순 없어 구름 건너편엔 아직 밝은 내가 그려왔던 그림 속에 찢어버린 곳들까지 다 비워내었을 수 있게 보기 싫었던 너마저 할래 난 기억해 so I'll be okay 파란 늘 밤만 가도 꽃이 피게 You know I'll always be waiting But you never know as you're walking
I thought they were going to end the song there for a second.
Cause everybody sees what they wanna see It's easier to judge me than to believe 깊이 숨겼던 낡은 생각들 나를 자꾸 괴롭히지만 그럴수록 I'ma shine babe You know they ain't gonna shine on me
They ended on the minor 4 chord. When you do things like that, I always get befuzzled because I think, oh no, oh no, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out at all. There's no way that if you end on the minor 4 chord that this can work out. Man, that was so powerful. The way everything came in with much longer notes on that bit when the chorus returned. And it started off with just the regular string stuff, but then when the whole band kicked in, it seemed like the notes on the bass and on the piano were longer, not as separated, less staccato, more legato. And that was very powerful. I really like this song. I really like this song. Let's rank it. I'm starting at the top and working my way up. Can you believe that? I really am. It may go on a little bit of a journey, though. I like Stay better. I like Pink Venom better. I like Shut Down better. I like Hope Not better. I like Don't Know What to Do better. I like Lovesick Girls better. I like How You Like That better. I think I'm getting in the range. I really think I'm getting in the range. Do I like Yeah, Yeah, Yeah better or not? That's where I'm at. It's either going to be the new number 9. Yeah, I like How You Like That better. So it's going to be either be the new number 9 or the new number 10. This is hard. I think I'm going to make it the new number 9. How you like them apples? Or peaches or grapes or whatever. Tell me in the comments. Did I rank that too high? Did I rank it too low? What do you think? You never know. Until you guys say something. I'll never know until you guys say something. It's not going to change my ranking. But I love hearing differing opinions about things. Because y'all are so smart about your groups and everything. And feed me great information. And that's always so helpful. I do have, if you look on the screen above me, all of these groups. I have extra content for each and every one of these groups on my Patreon if you want to check that out. I hope that you will. I don't think I have any extra ranking posts for ITZY yet. I do for each of the other groups. So those are free on my Patreon, but they are Patreon exclusives. So feel free to come by and check those out without paying a dime. I also have lots of extra aespa content, lots of extra BLACKPINK content, and lots of extra IVE content as well. And a little bit of extra ITZY content too. So if you want to check that out, feel free to. And come on by. If you like this video, leave it a like. If you like what I do here, why don't you consider hitting subscribing? Nobody around here is going to shun you for that. I thank you for being here. Did we go over what's next week for BLACKPINK? Hard to Love will be next time for BLACKPINK. And there you go. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for spending a Saturday with me, or whenever you're watching this. You know, you may be watching this at Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, or Monday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know. I don't know when you're awake. I don't know when I'm awake anymore. Take care.